Hello, ARC family. Welcome to the ARC journey. We talked about last week the Doug and Carl coming from the Rush City Church at conference this year, May 17th and 18th. They will be there on May 17th. Just had a wonderful day talking with them today, and just finalizing some of the details. You're really going to want to bring as much of your team as possible to be a part of this conversation on Friday. So this is open to pastors, to leaders, their spouses. The Rush City Church is gonna Doug and Carl are gonna come talk with us and talk about their discipleship funnel, how they do discipleship in their context and in their community, and why it's effective for them, and hopefully create some creativity. I know that John DeVincent has already been implementing it. Mike Babula has been taking some ideas with this. So I think that Marcus John is working through some ideas. Mitch probably also, but I know particularly in two places that this is already taking some root. And my hope is that this will help spur on some creativity for you to conceptualize some ways that discipleship can become a funnel that you can reproduce in your own church, and in your context, in your community. So there are three things in particular that we are going to discuss on the agenda for conference this year. The first one is the Pastoral Ministry Commission has brought forth and it has run through the Administrative Council already, but it is being brought to you then is a sabbatical policy. So we will have that in the handbook that you want to make, in the materials that you make sure you want to look at beforehand. And so you have any questions or any reservations, be ready to bring it, and we can have a good discussion about that. So the sabbatical policy it's a one-page thing. It'll be in the whole docket for you to be able to pull out and to look at and to think about. But this would involve the entire church, all of our pastors, to our churches, and putting a policy in place for all of us. So I think it's pretty good. So but that's my opinion. It will be time for your opinion on May 18th. So the second, the other two things, that we have to talk about really are issues. One of them has been an issue that we've been kicking around for years and years. So it is the issue about the requirement of pastors to be at conference. So there's a recommendation that's being brought forward to modify that. And that's open for discussion and debate. So you want to look at that ahead of time, talk it over with your church, and be prepared then to be able to vote on that. The second is there is a qualification in our Constitution that says that you have to be a part of the region for 3 years. A minister has to be a part of the region for 3 years before they can be elected to a position in the region. It is an interpretation, or the interpretation has been that that is not necessarily for ministers who have been involved in the churches of God for a long period of time, who would already meet that 3-year qualification, but it is for new ministers coming into the churches of God. And there is a subsequent proposal that is being lifted to that section is being lifted and being brought for you with some consideration. So those are the three issues: a sabbatical policy, the requirement language for pastors to be in attendance, and the consideration of churches of God pastor being elected to a position not having been in the region for 3 years, but having been with the Churches of God for longer than that. So that's all being brought to consider. So I wanted you to know ahead of time that those are some of the big issues that are being brought forward, and looking forward to seeing you. I think it's going to be an exciting time. Jason Kramer is being brought forward for ordination, so we're excited, super excited about that. The ordination service will be at 3:00, and Adam Devine from our Hickory Grove church, he and his family will be bringing the music for the weekend. So Friday night, they're going to do a concert for us after dinner. And then they're going to lead worship for us on Saturday. And we're super excited about that, their whole family. So it's his husband, Adam, and his wife, and his 3 children. So very excited. So super time. I'll be more excited now when we can get back to telling your stories rather than me just reporting out this stuff to you. But looking forward to seeing you all. If you have a report for conference, make sure you get it into Dean Hay ASAP. It is absolutely essential that it is in as soon as possible, because we need to get that information out, and you will see that go live on the website very, very soon. It will go live on the Compass and the website probably at the same time. So if not this week, then next week. All right. That's it from me, and keep shining. See you next week. Bye-bye.